Hello and welcome to the next part of our listening practice series. Today will do something else. We will do picture guessing. So we will have a few different pictures and I will read sentences and words and then you have to write down to which picture they belong. First of all, two small things. First of all, I'm very sorry that it always takes very long with the new Let's Play episodes and everything. I'm having a bit of a trouble with my laptop. My laptop doesn't like rendering videos because my laptop is not made for anything that needs any power behind it. So basically half of the time I spend an hour waiting for a video to render and then it has an error and I have to do it all over again. So that's the reason that very often videos take far longer to come out than they should. I just don't have the possibility to do that a bit quicker or a bit more efficient. And second, some of you maybe have already seen it on my website. I mean, probably most of you don't know that I have a website, but on my website that I have a donation link in case you want to support me. I don't earn any money with the YouTube or with my teaching on Kelutral, but if you want to just support me, then you can do it there. And I also set up a Patreon because I was asked by some people about that. I will put the links in the description and of course everything will stay free. I will never put anything having to do with behind a paywall. That should be clear, I hope. But in case you want to support me a bit, it would help me a lot. You can find the links for that in the description. But let's go to the actual important part, namely the listening. Here are our first 4 pictures. What I will do is I will read some things and you have to see to which picture they belong. Let's start with a very simple round, just 4 words and each word belongs to one picture. Try to write down the word, find it in the dictionary if you don't know it, and then try to see to which picture it belongs. So, first word is atokirina. 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 I read it one more time. Atokirina. The second word is naring. 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 One more time. Naring. Third word is neni. 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 One more time. Neni. And the fourth and last word is tsahik. 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 So these were 4 words for our kind of practice round. If you weren't able to find them in the dictionary yet, then just go back, listen to them a few more times and try to find out which word belongs to which picture. So now I also have 4 sentences per picture and I will just read them all. So like always, I want you to take notes. Write down which sentence belongs to which picture. And then afterwards, after I'm done with all the sentences, then we will talk about all of them at once. I will read every sentence 3 times and then I will go on to the next. Like always, if you have trouble keeping up, just go back in the video, listen to everything a few more times. It's totally fine that if you have to look up stuff, I mean, that's expected because there will be words in there that you don't know. So just take your time, listen to everything as often as you need, and try to translate the sentences and see to which picture they belong. First sentence. Tsiekit atokirina il ampi. Tsiekit atokirina il ampi. Tsiekit atokirina il ampi. Next sentence. Reipaiti معادل ماي ريبايدي معادل ماي ريبايدي معادل ماي. Next sentence. Neteyamil naringit dog. Neteyamil naringit dog. Neteyamil naringit dog. Next sentence. Kltai giri. Kltai giri. Kltai giri. Next sentence. Zutaronju neteyam. Zutaronju neteyam. Zutaronju neteyam. Next sentence. Kiril dog paiti. Kiril dog paiti. Kiril dog paiti. So, next sentence. Nin atokirinati tsiekil. Nin atokirinati tsiekil. Nin atokirinati tsiekil. And next one. Nin tsiekit oloil. Nin tsiekit oloil. Nin tsiekit oloil. Next sentence. Tsahik lumoat. Tsahik lumoat. Tsahik lumoat. Next sentence. Payoangit daron neteyamil. Payoangit daron neteyamil. Payoangit daron neteyamil. Next sentence. Neitiril tsiekit nin. Neitiril tsiekit nin. Neitiril tsiekit nin. And next sentence. Bei lu ean. Bei lu ean. Bei lu ean. And the next one. Atokirina aungia lu. Atokirina aungia lu. Atokirina aungia lu. Next sentence. Tsiekil kar tetaronit. Tsiekil kar tetaronit. Tsiekil kar tetaronit. Next sentence. Nin neniti kiril. Nin neniti kiril. Nin neniti kiril. And the very last sentence. Moadil steft au tsiekit. Moadil steft au tsiekit. Moadil steft au tsiekit. So these were a lot of sentences. Like I said, feel free to go back and listen to it all again. But now we will look at what we actually heard. First picture. So here, of course, we see from Avatar 2, Jake, or Jake in English, is teaching Niteyam how to hunt. The word at the beginning was naring, so forest. Then we had these sentences. Niteyamil narengit dog. So Niteyam is in the forest. Payoangit daron Niteyamil. Niteyam hunts a fish. Lu daronyu Niteyam. Niteyam is a hunter. Okay, actually he is probably not a hunter yet, but he hunted the fish, so I think the sentence is valid. Tsiekil gar detaronit. Tsiek teaches hunting. Then we had this picture from the first movie with Jake being surrounded by the Atokirina. And Atokirina also was our first word, seed of the great tree. Then we had Tsiekit Atokirina il Ampi. The seed of the great tree touches Jake. Of course, the first instinct, if you're not that familiar with Navi, is probably to say, yeah, Jake touches the Atokirina, but the Atokirina has the L ending, so it is touching Jake, who has the T ending. Nin Atokirina ti Tsiekil. Jake looks at the seed of the great tree, so Jake looks at the Atokirina. Neytiril Tsiekit nin. Neytiri looks at Jake. Actually, she looks at the Atokirina, but let's pretend that sentence is correct. Atokirina aungia zu. The seed of the great tree is a sign Daewa from Ewa. Third picture, so here we see Moat, who is tasting the blood of Jake. Tsahik, high priest, was our word here, because Moat is the Tsahik of the Omaticaya clan. Reipaiti Moatil mai. Moat tastes the blood. Nin Tsiekit oloil. The clan looks at Jake. So you see in the background all the people are looking at Jake. Tsahik lu Moat. Moat is the Tsahik, so the high priest. I don't really like translating Tsahik. It's one of these words that I just always say in Navi. Moatil steft au Tsiekit. Moat examines Jake. And our last picture of Kiri laying in the water. Neni, sand, was our word here. Kiril dog baiti. Kiri is in the water. Nin neniti Kiril. Kiri looks at the sand. Pai lu ean. The water is blue-green. And last sentence, Kldai Kiri. Kiri lies on the ground. Of course, I have 4 more pictures for you. We do exactly the same thing again. I will read first 4 words that belong to each to one picture. And afterwards, I will read again 16 sentences incomplete. I will read every sentence 3 times, and then we will look at the sentences. First, the 4 words. Senr. Senr. Here I maybe need to say again that my r is not the correct r. I do the German one, not the Navi one. So yes, my r is off. If you're hearing something weird there, that is because it is wrong. Senr. 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 And the next word, toruk. 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 And the next one, Errol. 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 And the last of the 4 words, car. 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 Okay, let's go on with the sentences. Each sentence 3 times, then I go on to the next. Vrtok si giri. Vrtok si giri. Vrtok si giri. Next sentence. Tuki steft au erulti. Tuki steft au erulti. Tuki steft au erulti. Next sentence. Tsieki dorugit magdo. Tsieki dorugit magdo. Tsieki dorugit magdo. Next sentence. Gar fiat neitiril. Gar fiat neitiril. Gar fiat neitiril. Next sentence. Tukit nie erulil. Tukit nie erulil. Tukit nie erulil. Next sentence. Lu lenomum tuk. Lu lenomum tuk. Lu lenomum tuk. Next sentence. Tsiekil ftia fiat. Tsiekil ftia fiat. Tsiekil ftia fiat. Next sentence. Hip giril paioangit. Hip giril paioangit. Hip giril paioangit. Next sentence. Tausepit dorukil echo. Tausepit dorukil echo. Next sentence. Sti doruk. Sti doruk. Sti doruk. Next sentence. Mikiunti v neitiril. Mikiunti v neitiril. Migjunti v neitiril. Next sentence. Bayoang nr. Bayoang nr. Bayoang nr. Next sentence. Ewilti dukil ampi. Ewilti dukil ampi. Ewilti dukil ampi. Next sentence. Dog baiti giril. Dog baiti giril. Dog baiti giril. Next sentence. Tsieg lu skaung. Tsieg lu skaung. Tsieg lu skaung. And the very last sentence. Nie dorugil dausebid. Nie dorugil dausebid. Nie dorugil dausebid. These were all the sentences. Feel free to go back in the video and re-listen to them until you have found everything in the dictionary and know which sentence belongs to which picture. But to be fair, they are like the names probably give it away anyway. But understanding half the sentence and knowing the context and to where it belongs is already like a big win for a conversation anyway. First picture, Kiri controlling the fish. The word here was senr, glow, so it's the noun glow, not the verb to glow. That would be nr. We will see that one in the sentence. Zrtok si Kiri. Kiri smiles. Here we have a si verb, so zrtok si belong together and is the verb to smile. It comes from zrtok, which is a smile, so the noun a smile, as in your smile is beautiful. And then the si kinda turns it into a verb. So literally what it means is, I would say, to do a smile. So Kiri does a smile, basically. You cannot do this with every verb, so you cannot just put si on every single noun that exists to make a new verb. This works only with the ones that Kayo Paul gives us. So if they're in the dictionary, then you can do it. And zrtok si is in the dictionary. Hip Kiri bayoangit. Kiri controls the fish. Bayoang nr. The fish glows. So here, like I said, you see nr instead of senr. Nr as in to glow because the fish glows. And senr would be then the noun as in the glow of the fish is beautiful. Dog baiti giril. Kiri is in the water. So it's basically the same sentence we already had before. Kiri seems to like the water. Here's our next picture of Neytiri teaching Jake the language and currently showing at the different body parts. Kar, to teach, was our word here. Kar le fiat Neytiri. Neytiri teaches the language. Tsiegil ftia le fiat. Jake studies the language, which makes sense since he's being taught the language right now. Migjunti v Neytiril. Neytiril points at the ears or indicates the ears. Or not the ears, the ear actually, because we have a singular here. We haven't talked about plural and dual and trill yet. These listening videos will become much more interesting once we have a bit more grammar we can work with. And of course, Tsieg lu skaung. Jake is an idiot. I think in the movie he says that at this point, like Neytiri calls me Skaung, which means moron or something like that. Picture 3 from the final battle of the first movie. Toruk, of course, great Leonopteryx. So I don't translate like Tsahik, I don't translate that one, I just say Toruk. Tsiekil, Torukit, Magdo. Jake writes the Toruk. Probably this sounds very familiar because Toruk Magdo is just a Toruk rider, the person who rides a Toruk, which is a lexicalized item. So usually if you want to say the rider of the Toruk, you would say Toruke Magdoyu. But of course, since it is just a saying or just an idiom, an idiomatic phrase, we can just say Toruk Magdo. But if we want to say that Jake rides the Toruk, then we still need our T ending here. So Tsieke, Torukit, Magdo. Tausebit, Torukil, Echo. Toruk attacks the skyship. So here you see the sip actually comes from the English ship, and Tau is Navi for sky, so sky ship literally. Sti Toruk. Toruk is angry. And Nye, Torukil, Tausebit, Toruk grabs the skyship. And the last picture, picture 4, with Tuk, being very curious about this plant that probably wants to kill her. Ewil, plant. Tukil, steft au, Ewildi. Tuk examines the plant. Tukit, Nye, Ewilil. The plant grabs Tuk. Lu, Lenomum, Tuk. Tuk is curious. And lastly, Ewildi, Tukil, Ampi. Tuk touches the plant, which probably is a very bad idea, and we are very lucky that Tuk is still alive looking at that plant. Yeah, that was already it for today. Just a few more sentences to listen to, and this time you had to look them up in the dictionary yourself instead of having a list like the last time. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, like always, you can ask them in the comments or contact me on Discord. Hi, Jadova, Frappo.